Hi everyone, my name is Janelle, and I wanted to take this time to talk to you about CCCA, which is central centrifugal cicatricial alopecia, which is basically hair loss in the crown of your head in a circular pattern that expands outward, so progressively gets wider, and is a scarring alopecia that can eventually lead to permanent hair loss. So I wanted to talk about this because I just got diagnosed with it and was almost, not necessarily misdiagnosed, but almost didn't look into it. So basically, I did notice some signs about a couple months ago. So we're in May right now. In December, I noticed that I had like really intense itching in the like I couldn't stop itching the center of my head. Didn't really think anything of it. As a little backstory, I have asthma, I have eczema, and that's like a typical triad of people with asthma tend to have eczema. So I was thinking, okay, well, it's the winter time. I usually get eczema, usually have an itch, never really on my head, but maybe this is something new. Didn't really think anything of it. Initially I thought my hair was dirty. So I started washing my hair more frequently instead of every week, every like 2 or 3 days. But then I would notice like within 2 or 3 days, my head would start itching again. I'm like, there's no way I put that much product in my hair. So I kept doing that through the winter, washing my hair every couple of days. Another sign was I would part my hair down the middle to do like some flat twists. I would do like 6 of them. I'm a grad student. It's just easier maintenance. Throw my hair in 6 flat twists and keep it moving. But I noticed that my part in the middle got increasingly fuzzy or like blurry. The line wasn't straight. And I ended up just doing like a center flat twist instead of like having a part there. Because I was like, maybe I have new growth. That's another thing. So I ignored it. So I would say like early May, I started looking into African American ethnic dermatologists through my healthcare system. I only had 2 options. One was in DC, one was in Columbia. I live in Maryland. And I went ahead, and the person that was closest to me had no appointments until November. Again, we're in May. So I went ahead and made an appointment with the doctor that was in DC. Luckily, they're able to put you on a waiting list because they can't double book you with another physician, which is fine. And I was actually able to get an appointment within a couple days with the provider that was closest to me. So I went to her, kind of took my hair down, and she, kind of looked through my scalp and basically said, this is a very, very early stage of CCCA. Usually she doesn't see it this early. And I'm sitting there kind of like freaking out, like, so what does that mean? What do I need to do? And basically she recommended starting with the high dose steroids, corticosteroid injections in my scalp in that area. So of course I'm freaking out because here I am thinking I'm going to the doctor to, go ahead and see, how can I get the hair in the middle to grow back or what have you. But I ended up getting probably 15 or so injections in that area. It is a small area. It did hurt. And she wants me to come back in 2 months to have more injections done to keep it at bay. Now, I wasn't itching prior to going there, prior to the appointment. The itching did stop. I was itching from December to March. The itching did stop. So basically, I was going as like a preventative measure. Being a nurse, I'm like, okay, well, if the itching does happen again, I'll need something on board. So I basically went to get ointment so that if the itching did occur, I could just, I could call her and say, hey, can you order me this? Not thinking that I actually had a medical condition. So she wants me to come back in 2 months. She gave me a steroid ointment to apply every other day. And about maybe like the day after the first application, I felt itching kind of like in more areas. I did put it all over. I wasn't really told whether to just put it on applied areas, affected areas, or all over. So I did it all over, and I had some itchiness kind of like all over, which is a side effect of the drug, but it's kind of hard to tell because now you kind of have like a heightened awareness of your body. Like, okay, well, am I itching all over because more of my hair is breaking, or am I itching because of this medication? So I did reach out to my provider via email. So we'll see how that goes. However, I really wanted to bring awareness to this because I started out, in like early May thinking, oh, I'm having crown breakage. I go on YouTube and I'm looking at all these girls that have crown breakage, and I'm like, oh, that's definitely what I have. And, let me put some tea tree oil or some peppermint oil or whatever it is to like regrow my hair. Again, thinking that this was a benign, non-urgent situation. I do want to say a little background history on CCCA. It predominantly affects Black women. It is caused by, the pattern of our curls being so tight, perms, flat irons, genetics for sure. It's really unclear. No one knows the exact causes, but we can talk about precipitating factors or things that can cause it and kind of just pinpoint it on there. A lot of people do get tension alopecia and have like breakage around their edges, and can be in combination with having CCCA. It presents as like a subtle patch or thinning in the crown of your head. And as I said, mine came with itching, tingling, burning pain in that center. That is typical signs and symptoms. But some people have no signs and symptoms and just experience like, rapid hair loss in the center that again expands out. So I think it's very important that, you really listen to your body and don't try to self-diagnose. YouTube is helpful, but should be like a guideline and not complete, like, Google doctor. As I said, I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 6 years. I'm in school for my doctorate right now for my DNP. And again, learning diagnosis and management. And I'm thinking, oh, this is, nothing. I don't specialize in dermatology. So therefore, I shouldn't be treating and diagnosing myself for dermatologic conditions. I wouldn't recommend it for anybody else either. So take the time, go see your provider. Again, this is something that I essentially ignored the entire time it was going on. And after the fact thought, hey, maybe if this happens again, I could just have a dermatologist that I can go to because I didn't have one at the time. So it's highly suspicious to have this condition if you're Black, a Black woman, and if you're having that centralized hair loss, thinning. I would definitely recommend going to get it checked out. I do plan on doing, diet modifications from here on, going more alkaline. I do plan on doing more natural things along with the medication. I wouldn't recommend just trying to do this holistically. This is your hair, depending how much you care about your hair or how much having hair affects you. I would recommend really getting this checked out and getting the steroids like ASAP. As I said, I wasn't itching at the time. The doctor did recommend it. She didn't say that it was required. And I thought about it. I didn't really want the pain. And I said, you know what? You're recommending this. I'll do it. And I did do research when I got home on, medical sites that aren't really available to the public, but have high quality evidence information. And it does start with the corticosteroid injections. So I'm glad that I made that decision. Kind of bummed because it's so painful, but she does expect a full regrowth of my hair, and I'm hoping that is the case. I will upload an image of my hair parted out with the area that's affected so that you can see. And as I said, I plan on doing diet modifications. I don't really have to adjust my hair care regimen. I was already natural, organic, using those sorts of products, and I can upload what I'm currently using. I did decide to start spraying my hair also, or my scalp rather, with organic aloe vera, spray gel to just help calm down the itchiness. And again, I don't know if it's mind over matter, but I'm not going to take the chance. So I've been spraying my scalp with that. I've been using the ointment that was prescribed. I've been using, I think it's pimento oil, Jamaican castor oil with pimento in it. That's kind of invigorating to the scalp. I've been putting that on there. And I plan on giving an update with this condition to see my progress as far as like regrowing that hair in the center. I didn't lose a lot of hair, but I lost a lot of length from the breakage. So I'll go ahead and upload those images, and if you want to subscribe to follow my process, I will probably upload a video after my appointment in 2 months, so you can go ahead and see that. And have a good day. I hope this was helpful.